door is opening, and that means that head coach Billy Lange is taking his podium. St. Joe's has lost its first 3 games in Lance. St. Joe head coach Billy Lange taking the podium.
To what do I owe this great honor?
Billy, it's so good seeing you.
Great to see you too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
One of the best that ever did it right there. Really proud of Cam Brown's effort. I thought he was great. This is 2 games in a row that he's come in Atlantic 10 competition and been terrific. You know, whether it was his effort, making shots, showing confidence, and if we can keep that going, that's a real positive trend for us. He won't be great in every game, but if his confidence and his swagger are at that point, that's a real positive. For us. I thought we did a better job in the second half of taking care of the basketball. So that I think we had 2 turnovers in the second half, or 2 or 4 turnovers. So I think that's a level of improvement for us. I was pleased with the quality of shots we got, particularly in the first half. Not towards the end, a few were rushed, but in the beginning of the first half, I thought our open looks were good. You just have to make them, and that is basketball. Often it's a miss and make game. And if you're doing the right things and you're missing, sometimes it can be a little dispirited, but that's where we have to continue to grow.
Open up questions.
Billy, what do you feel like you need to do with the loss of Taylor? I know it's got to be big.
Taylor's been out for a while. So,
right.
I mean, you just got to keep coaching the guys you got. That's it. You just got to keep coaching the guys you got. You got to get some guys believing in themselves, despite maybe what the results are saying. Taylor was a big loss, but we're not going to make any excuses, and we're just going to keep it moving.
What about Ryan Daly? 1 of 8 tonight. He didn't make a field goal until about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, we need Ryan to obviously make plays. I thought he found some guys, some open looks that they didn't knock down. Credit Duquesne, they did a good job just collapsing the paint on him and forcing him to kick it, and then all of a sudden you got to make those shots.
Coach, what do you think the team can do when teams are focusing as heavily on Ryan?
You got to score. You got to. Someone's got you got to do what Cam Brown did. You need 4 guys to do that, and then you have to have a short memory, so you can't get caught up in the last play on either end. You have to come back and just step in with swagger. I mean, we're not pulling guys in and out for bad shots. We'll talk about it the next day, but by and large, you're stepping in and he's dumping off for layups, and guys have them. There's really not much you can do, or they step up. There's no magic pill. Like, they have to do it. Now, we'll X and O and strategize and scheme and find ways to look for maybe cleaner looks. But in the end of the day, like, if you get an open layup or you get an open 3 or you get to the foul line, I want our guys to be confident in those 3 areas.
Lee, what was it about their defense that you think gave you the most trouble tonight?
I mean, it would be probably the wrong answer for me to take without looking at it. I think they did a good job of collapsing on Ryan. And they were willing to live with other people taking open looks. I actually was expecting them to be able to deny more, but they weren't able to do that. We did a good job of the pace of the passing. There were a lot of positives of the process, just the result wasn't as good as we probably would have wanted it. So winning and losing are both very phony, and it's a coach's job to not overreact and not underreact, and that is my creed right now. I have to live that. So if we win and we were like, did we get any better? Like, we can celebrate the win, but I don't want us to get caught up in it. And the same thing with the loss. So I was really proud of the guys' efforts at the end of the game.
I know we talked about this, some earlier in the season.
Yeah.
You'll have games where, you play like you did against UConn,
Yeah.
Florida, and Villanova, and you have nights like this.
Right.
What do you think has to happen for this team to be more consistent?
Well, I mean, so when we lost to Temple, we went back and we watched, the first, let's call it 26 minutes of that game, just the offensive possessions. And then we watched the offensive possessions of the UConn game, and by and large, we got the same looks. And I think if we go back and we study tonight, we're going to see some things we have to get better at. There's no question about that. But we got a lot of good looks, So now you try to tighten up some defensive mistakes where if you miss open looks, instead of being down 14, maybe you're down 9. And often what happens when you have a group that is new is they can't visualize, we missed a shot, let me come back and get a stop, because they're still stuck back on that other end. I mean, I've lived this. I've coached in high school, I've coached every level of college outside of JUCO and NAIA. and I've been in the NBA where guys are trying to win, and it's just, that's what it is. Can you not let your spirit get broken? And that's on us as a staff. I feel like the assistants have been really positive, but by and large, to me, the answer strictly is, does a shot go in? You know, and we're not gonna make all of them, but can we get 1 out of 5? So instead of being down 14, now you're down 7 or 8, and you look up and you got it.
You got a big performance tonight from both Miles Douglas and Edwards with a double-double. Do you feel like those two are really starting to get better each game? Are they progressing
Miles is
better?
improving. He's getting more aggressive. We want more. You know, Zoe's improving. I think his energy's been really good since the William & Mary game. That was a start of like some consistent energy, but we still want more.
You
He's
also
capable of giving more.
and you're playing Penn, I believe, this weekend at the Palace. No,
Yeah.
no,
It's
that's
not. We got
next.
Davidson.
Davidson,
we
I'm
got
sorry.
Rhode
My
Island, and then
apologies.
We got Penn.
Tell us about that matchup.
Which one?
I'm sorry. Tell us about the Davidson matchup with.
I mean, they're good. They got great guards that are picked to be all league players. They got a great system. There's continuity there. It's on the road. Yada yada yada. I mean, it's the same stuff. I mean, that's just like we're gonna have to play really really well and show some of the execution and the fight and the spirit that we've shown at times. I'm excited to actually go there and play that game.
Any more questions? Thanks, guys.
All right, Billy Lang, St. Joe head
Got it.
coach Billy Lang.
You got it.
Duquesne
Billy.
again takes down
Bring
St.
it
Joe
back.
78-60. St. Joe's now 0-3 in league play and 3-12 overall.